Hey, right now, guess what? We have another story. Who loves these story times? Okay, what is the segment now? We're going to be talking about community impact. Every one of our churches is like a piece of heaven in our cities. And we have incredible stories. I'm so proud. We are so proud of all the things that are happening in our communities because of the presence of our churches. If we could probably have 1,000 of these stories in terms of what our churches have done to impact their communities. But I just want to do a quick shout out to 3 before we watch an incredible video. Okay, in Malaysia, check this out. Providing education for refugee children through Destiny C3 Education Centre, established 5 years ago, helping refugee families who aren't recognized by the government and they are living in destitute poverty. Now supporting 150 children in Pakistan, Syria, Bangladesh, and India. Come on, give it up for C3 Destiny. Deb, Clarence, oh my gosh. Okay. Even in Australia, there's a compassionate crew there. It's amazing. In our recent floods, our C3 churches have gone to work to serve and rebuild local communities through God in the City. Tim and Kirili Lowe. Come on, give it up for Tim and Kirili. Amazing. Check this out. C3 Cares City has provided 3 drought aid trips with food and clothing and water and over $100,000 worth of fuel vouchers for the farmers. Proud to say, check this out, that C3 of all the charitable organizations was the largest charity to supply support to all those drought victims and therefore reached the national news. That's the sort of news we want for the local church. Would you agree? Come on, give it up for these guys. But it keeps happening. How about Europe? In Europe, they've launched C3 Help, a crisis response organization. Pastors in Europe were looking for a way to respond to situations like the Ukraine war or the earthquake in Turkey. C3 Help was established to provide crisis relief and practical support. And where there are crises all through Europe, there's a set organization to respond quickest to those emergencies. So let's thank C3 Europe right now. Well done, guys. Well done, guys. All right. So right now we're going to turn our eyes to the screen. You're going to love this story. Pastor Mike and Lomi from Lautoka in Fiji. From Fiji. Come and give it up for them already. They're amazing. You're going to love this story of the impact they're having in Fiji. God bless.
2009, Pastor approached me and we were having a conversation and he mentioned about Lobo Seaside. So he asked if I could run a children's program in the community. I had no idea where that place was. I later found out that it was just 5 minutes out of town. It's a squatter settlement and the police in our area branded the place as a red zone. So that place was full of drug addicts. Teenage pregnancy was on the rise in the place, rapes. Also we had few cases of suicide. Bulawenaka C3 family, my name is Michael Naisau. I am the senior pastor for C3 Thrive here in Lautoka. And my wife, Lomi, and I are also the overseers of C3 Fiji. On the 13th of May this year, it will be our 20th year of serving under C3. The moment we drove into the settlement, something hit my heart. My heart began to cry. I could just feel that there was a great need in the community. We drove into the community, we looked at houses, and we know that as a squatter settlement, they will try and get whatever they get to put a roof over their head. They even use cardboards, they even use leaves and broken roofing iron to try and make a house for themselves. I came back on the day I spoke to my leadership team, and we prayed about it for a month. We prayed and we fasted whether it was God for us. So years down the road, we decided to actually move the church there because we wanted to be there with them, to feel what they feel and understand the situation and the place where they are living in. We wanted to experience what they were experiencing. Plus, God placed that love in our hearts so much that we wanted to be with them. It's like when you love somebody, you want to be there with them. So that's the kind of love that God created in our heart for us to go there and just be with them and hear them out. And by hearing their story, that's what has helped us to remain in there for quite a long time now.
Pacific nation of Fiji are recovering from the first Category 5 cyclone ever.
After running the children's program there for 1 week, 3 days later there was a cyclone that hit the place, and the landowner's house was the first one to be destroyed that night. The following morning at 7, we were there with our team. I took my team down and we started clearing debris. We tried to clear the landowner's house, sun out for him, and tried to help the community. So later during the day, the landowner came down. He's an old man. He came down, he sat beside me, he looked at me and he asked me this question: who are you guys? I looked at him and I can remember this is exactly what I told him. We are a church that is here to stay. Nalotu esa tikukina. That brought tears to his heart. That was 2009. It's 15 years now and we are still there. The landowner and the wife later joined the church, become part of our church, and now they are with the Lord. One of the things that we realized is in the community or anywhere in Fiji, people are tired of hearing the gospel. They want to see the gospel in action. So that's what we have done. We went down not only for them to come to know Jesus, but we went there because we're looking at their holistic life or living. We concentrated on the children's education. Last year we sponsored 147 children, and this year we are sponsoring 134 children. And to date, we have built 16 houses for the local community. When we first started off, people would shut their door to us when we want to visit them. Because in that settlement, we have Muslims, we have Hindus, we have all types of religion in the place. So people will shut the door because there were so many churches that was going in there and wanting people to join the church. But when we came in with a different motive altogether. We wanted to be there not only to witness to them or to share about the love of Jesus Christ. We wanted to bring transformation in their lives and in their village. There has to be a love for the community. There has to be a love for the people. You have to be willing to pay the price. My wife and I left our home for 1 whole week to live in the community just to feel what they feel. Without electricity, without the benefits of what's in the city. We had to be there in order for us to fully understand their cry, the things that they go through on a daily basis. I believe this is one thing that will help you fully understand why God wants you to be in a place like that. It's not the size of our church, but it's the size of our God. And the very thing that I'm looking at right now that our church can focus on is we want to build a health center. Where we are staying right now, there's over 15 to 20,000 people who have to go all the way to town to be able to get medical help. If we can build one right close to our church in here, that will not only help the community, but it will be a form of evangelism, because right next door to it is a church that is here to stay.
Beautiful. I love that. Yeah, this is going to be so encouraging for other parts of the world.